So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live show with live people. It's live Thursday. It's recorded for Ustream.tv and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. I've had a bit of a spending spree in Ireland, shall we say, but I knew I would because I regretted last year I didn't buy things, and you can always think, oh, I wish I'd got this and I wish I'd got that. So I'd planned, I had a really good idea of what I wanted to do, and I knew I'd find things that I wanted to kind of find. And also I bought things for the Abbey that they've taken a year to sell, but no, it's just little things that we don't have, that they had in the shop in Bangor called I think it's called the Christian Faith Shop. They have them in Scotland, half a dozen, and they have half a dozen in Ireland. And it's a lovely shop. The ladies are lovely, and really, I mean, I took my little trolley and sat, my push along, and I sat for a good hour traipsing through Bibles, thinking, do I like this? What don't I like about it? And I really wanted to get the right one because I bought two before and I love them, but there's this thing about I can't do things that I want to do because they're not me. And I didn't understand what I was going through until I was listening to the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay, last night. One of her videos, I don't know if it's a modern one or a new one or an old one, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and she was saying about things that we'd love to do, things that we think, oh my goodness, that's awesome, I have to do that, and deep down I know that I won't. So it's a bit like Bible journaling and Bible study. I love the fact of Bible study, but I don't like somebody else's designs, and I'm going through the same thing with colour books. I've gone back to, I want to colour my own colour books. I don't want to colour somebody else's. And that's a bit of a shame because I have about 6 foot in length of colour books. So I'm going to come out with a couple of new rules, and I knew I was going to do this before I saw the Frugal Crafter. I'm going to do 2 drastic things. I am going to delete my Amazon account. That doesn't mean to say I'll never buy anything from them. I'm just going to delete it because it's so easy at 3 in the morning to convince yourself you need something. I am also not going to buy any more colour books. It doesn't mean that I don't like them and I don't think they're awesome. I have, as I say, probably about 8 foot maybe of colour books if I put them all together. There's about 3 foot on the stair there, and there's a couple of other shelves which are full as well. And again, it's that thing that you see something and you think, oh, I want to colour that. I should be able to colour that, and I know what colours I want to use. And I buy it, and I look at it, and I go, why did I get this? I like colouring in, but it's kind of, I've kind of grown. And it stems from a very bad experience I had when I did my degree almost 6 years ago now. I had 2 teachers that I felt, I heard them sniggering about me because I said I wanted to go into the drawing competition for the Jarrow drawing competition. And I've never been able to paint very well, but I always thought I could draw, and I've always been told I could draw. And they were laughing behind my back. And as a 50-year-old, I should have just said, "Pluh." But I told my husband that if I ever picked up a paintbrush again, he had to break my fingers. And I couldn't pick a pencil for months. And I couldn't draw. I got this degree, I got my fine art degree, and I didn't want to do anything. So I found some Bible journaling, and I found this is probably a way that I could probably do something. But I started colouring in the gorgeous books by my first one was the first one is here because it's not finished, and it's the only one that I never hesitated, because I had this, my daughter's bought me this Colin Thompson design, which was actually a laptop. In the bad old days of the big laptops, we had laptop covers, and they bought me the design for that. So I didn't have any hesitation about buying this colour book, and that started me on a journey, and I really enjoyed that, because one of my doodles and one of my art shows was a 5 foot by 5 foot bookcase with books in it. So obviously that was right up my street. So that kind of led me to colour books. But I've just got to the stage where, and as Lindsay in the Frugal Crafter was talking about this, of saying, you know, I should want to finish all the books. I should love them. And I do, but I now want to colour my own books. I now want to colour my own designs. I now want to become an artist again, which I didn't want to do for quite a few years. So I also find that spiritually, I work as a volunteer at Selby Abbey on quiet days, because I'm quite poorly. I don't do very much, and I apologise for that. The other ladies have to carry me quite a lot. But it has made me do things that I thought I couldn't do anymore. The same with the trips to Ireland. We have 2 trips a year. We go to Dublin to do a model railway show, and we also go to Northern Ireland to a place called Bangor, which is a coastal town, and I absolutely love it. And in this town is the Christian Faith shop, and as I say, the ladies are lovely. They have time to talk about anything. They have a real good supply of different types of Bible, and also the different versions of the Bible. Now up the steps at the back there's thousands of books about anybody that's ever written or drawn or created a book or a pamphlet about faith is in there, Christian Faith. But I can't get up the steps, and I don't think I've ever been in the back. So I managed this huge hall from just the front of the shop, which had the beautiful colour books, spiritual colour books. They had some washi tape. They had some really inspirational Bibles, and in England I don't think we've quite got into this Bible journaling and drawing and painting on the Word of God and in the Bible. And as a child, I can remember that you were taught never to even crease a page, never mind scribble all over it. So again, this is another thing that I was thinking about, that I want to do this, but I was approaching it the wrong way. There's no way I can daub colour all over the pages. I don't want to do that. So I found the Illustrated Words of Jesus for Women, and it's a daily devotional. And I don't do diaries, and I don't do things every single day, but it's something that will keep me I might do 2 one day, and I might not do one for a day. Although it will be a contemplation, it will be a thoughtful time. But I would like to think I was going to do it every day, and I might try and do a short video of the process. But one thing I do find slightly difficult is I love colouring, and I love spiritual colouring, but I don't like, I think prayer and and when you're in that zone, it's a bit of a private, personal time. I don't think I mind sharing it when I've done it, but I think at the moment I'm doing it, I'm a kind of a bit of a butterfly. I'm either creating, or I'm reading, or I'm studying, and I find it difficult to do all three at the same time. So I think this could be fine for not frivolous, that's the wrong word, for a daily public kind of work. But I think my Bible journaling might be a speeded up version, because I will be doing all my own designs, and because I'm doing my own designs, I would like to encourage other people to do that. But obviously the spiritual side of it, I don't want to be throwing it all out on YouTube. And again, that's just a personal thing. So I thought this would be quite good to kind of ease me into this. So while I was away, I had and it's going to flash out, guys, sorry. I had a bit of a play with some very soft watercolours. Now, I've only just recently got these particular watercolours, and I wasn't sure how they would go. So I bought my favourite 6, which were lemon yellow, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, and they didn't have my favourite ultramarine, which I always like, but they had dioxidine purple, violet rather, and they did have the cerulean blue. Now if you mix half dioxidine violet and half cerulean blue, you will get not a true ultramarine, but you will get a purple blue, and that's what we want. The purple blues make the best purples. Now we happen to have the purple here, but that is a secondary colour. And I bought these 6, and I was playing with them, and I was using them, and I was practicing with the colours, and I was having a good play with my favourite 6. And then I saw a box, and the box of 12, which has Prussian blue, sap green, I think that's hooker's green, yellow ochre, burnt umber and black. Now in Victorian times and in the early stages of Winsor & Newton, these were what the traditional artists used. These colours are the best colours, because from those you can go and mix any others, but you can still have a really nice painting with these colours. So I bought the set, and the set was probably the same price from Cassart as 6. So I bought the 12. Now the 6 I'm going to give to my 20-year-old, because she's at university doing illustration and animation, and she loves watercolouring. So I will give her those because it's a different marker. So I did take these 6 with me, these 12 with me, and I took a little plastic. One of these little plastic, I've had them for years, I bought them for 50p, but it's not rigid. There's one from Caran d'Ache that's rigid. This one is smooth, or supposed to be smooth. It's a bit scratched, and you can see the colours that I used. I just scribbled 3 or 4 little lines and put the top back on and let them dry, but that colour is still there. It's a watercolour. But I didn't know how strong they were. They're very well pigmented, and they're very strong. So I wanted to test them out for Bible journaling and for Bible colouring. And the only time is because I went over something, the butterfly, 3 times. There's a little bit of bleed through. But the first page I did, again, I did it twice. So you can get some beautiful soft effects, because you're putting the colour on here first. You wouldn't want to put the colour on here, because that would go through, because they're very, very strong, they're very pigmented. But I love the fact we can get some beautiful soft watercolour effects with I think I used my Winsor & Newton brush. I think. Because I want it to be simple, I don't want to have to get lots of brushes out. So again, I'm trying to make something as simple as possible so that I won't feel guilty and I'll want to do it and it's easy for me to do. If you put lots of obstacles in your way, it's any excuse not to do it, kind of thing. So I'm trying my very best. And I don't know if it's the same artist, but I think it probably is, that we have some of these and I didn't like them. I don't like the words, I didn't like the illustrations, but this one I kind of liked, The Garland of Grace. And it's by Christian Art Publishers, and I really like this one. So again, it's another thing that you can colour while you're having that special private moment. And you're also practicing not going through. Not as thin as the other pages though. So that was my 2, and I haven't opened these, but let's open this one. This was 20 cards to colour. So I'll get rid of those because this is going to lead on to the next thing. Is I'm going to try to get a class going in the Abbey. In the Selby Abbey, we need a new roof. We need a new roof. But I thought these would be quite handy. If somebody wants to come and colour, they can either colour an ordinary colour book or they can colour a page in a spiritual book. Or these are kind of smaller things to kind of ease yourself in. And that led to, I think I've got 4. So I bought some Image of Grace postcards by Jackie Grace, and there's 10 different designs, and I thought these would be quite good for people to colour in a small way, to start small. I bought some stickers, but that's to go into that one. And these were creative expressions of faith, and there's 4 different ones, and some of the colours I love, and these are bookmarks. And there's 4 different ones. So I thought there's 5 in each one, and I thought again this is another thing that somebody might want to come that's not coloured anything before, and starting a big page or something that's more intricate might be a bit too daunting. So I thought for the first lesson what we'd do is just have a chill, have a natter and colour a bookmark, and then they can either put it in an ordinary book or put it in the Bible. This one, I don't know if I just bought another purchase from the model railway show, is they always have good knives and scalpels. So you have to be careful with this because technically it's a scalpel blade. So you always put that down. And then if you're going to slip, it's going to slip down there. And then you must put the lid on and put it away before you do anything else. There's no point having it in your knife, because I've done that before. I've held it in my hand and I've done something and stabbed myself. Now luckily I didn't do it very, very deeply. So that was £4.99, and there's 20 cards. So I've not even looked at these, but today's going to be a great day. So I thought again, if somebody didn't want to do something too big, these would be kind of something that they can take away, but they've coloured and it's not going to be too stressful. Because let's face it, as much as we love Kirby Roseanne, if you were just given one of those and you'd never coloured before, you might want to run away and hide. Whereas if you had a smaller colouring page, that might be better. So we have bookmarks, we have postcards, and then we have they're slightly bigger postcards. And then I spotted these gorgeous little boxes of goodies, and it says 44 exquisite designed cards to colour with inspirational scripture verses from the book of Psalms. 44 delightful cards to colour and share God's love, peace and joy. Colourful messages to bless the heart, soothe the soul and calm the mind. And this one is the same with scripture from Proverbs to inspire and bless. And again, I've not opened these, but again, I thought these were another little size that would be kind of, wouldn't be frightened to start if you gave one of these and picked up a few pencils. It wouldn't be too daunting. So these would be for my art therapy in the Abbey, which is a little class that I'm started. Oh, thank you, Melody, thank you. And they're small, but they're not kind of too overwhelming, I don't think. So that would, you know, some people might want to suddenly pick up a large page, or some people might want to think they may not want to do that. So there's a bit of a choice there for people, and I think that's important. I don't think I should walk in there and say, right, now you're going to pick up this and you're going to colour that first, and then you're going to colour a bit bigger one, and then when you can do that you can do a bit bigger one, because I don't think that's helpful to anybody. I think people need to walk into a room and think, oh, I like that design, or I'm a bit too nervous, I don't want to do a big page, I might just do a bookmark to start. Or they might think, oh, I've just lost my bookmark, I'd like a new one. So there's all sorts of things that are going to go through people's minds, and the idea of art in the Abbey is that it's peaceful. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It wants to inspire and bless, soothe the soul and calm the mind and bless the heart. And if I can do that, then I'm going to be a happy girl. So those purchases were for that, colouring, that reason. I will be colouring those on my channel, which again I can't beat myself up about, but I have neglected, which is Bunny's Bible Designs. So those particular videos will probably not be on this channel, they'll be on my other channel. So that was those. Then we found some stickers. So of course the stickers and the washi tape, that lends itself to the Bible journaling. So the other little thing I had, sorry about this guys, I had so many things because I've bought lots and lots and lots of things. I thought these would be quite nice to actually, we don't have these in the Abbey. Now I bought some last year, so I decided to go mad and buy 10 because it has taken a year for them to go. But I found these little magnet, they're going in there. I bought these for friends and for a young lady that I'm going to see soon. So I bought this one, Let Your Light Shine. Do all things in love. Don't worry, just take one step at a time. The Lord will guide you always. And live a life of love. And I really like those. So they've got these little metal catches on them that says love on them. So I bought those for little prezzies, just for little presents. They also had lots of these cards, which I bought because I thought they would be quite a nice thing to buy so that the Abbey can sell them. But obviously must have been about 100 little racks, and they said, I said a prayer for you today. Our Father, the Lord's Prayer there. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think I'm going to put that there because I think I need that desperately. On This Is Mine. Except for Thursdays, help me, Lord, to talk less and listen more. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. I think I need that one as well because I'm a bit of a gas battle, I think. When you need help, ask God. When you don't, thank God. Amazing Grace. The Blessing of Beauty. And I love this one. You are one of a kind. Thank you for being you. I thought we wanted some kind of girly ones and some grown-up ones and some spiritual ones. So again, that's something else that we're going to have a look at, and hopefully we'll sell in the little shop, in the shop. The other thing I bought for the shop were these bookmarks, and they range from £1.79 to £2.50. Again, there's the footprints. There's the 10 Commandments, because it's not actually remembering them, it's remembering them in the order that they are, even though they're all equally important. You are a blessing. I thought that was quite nice. Now, I bought this one last year and they've all gone. So cast your anxiety on God because he cares for you. The Lord's Prayer. I like that one. I've got some spiritual ones and some more modern ones, and then we've got a couple of You Are Special and some more for children or for young adults. And I kind of like those because, and they've gone the most actually, so people have bought them for little bookmarks. So there should be 10, 2, 4, 6. Yep, there's 10, and there's 10 in each. So that should be quite a nice little something just small for somebody to pick up when they're in the Abbey. We do have our own bookmarks and things, but if it's just something a little bit different. I've kept my washi tape that I bought from the from the Works, because I thought that would be a nice little pouch, and I'm going to put it into there in a second. Slide that over there slightly. And then I found some washi tape. Creative by Design, 8 rolls of washi tape. And some of them I like, but the one I wanted at the bottom was the tiny one at the bottom. And it says, grow with grace, live in love and walk by faith. And I really like that, so I was tempted to buy that one. And then we had the paler ones. I thought they were actually in there, but they're not, so I'm quite pleased. And I do have about 6 rolls of washi tape. I don't think I have 10, but I'm going to do a studio tour, so we might find 1 or 2, but I know I probably don't have more than 10 washi tapes, and so I thought, okay, I think I need to be a bit of a washi tape queen. Although I really want to make my own, and I will be making my own when I do my to match the Bible journaling and the Bible study. But if I was doing something else in another book, I will use these. But I think I have another journal which I have neglected, which I'm going to go into, and these will be used for those. So things that are stickers, these are not my creative bunny designs. They will be going in the other journaling Bible. This particular one I'm going to come to is going to be just for all my designs, because I say I've come to the conclusion and I've come to the part in my life now where I want to be creative for myself. I found these gorgeous sticky prayers, sticker prayer anywhere, and I hadn't realised how pretty they were actually. There's Brave, Hope and Grace. I thought they were really pretty. I'm sorry about the washout. Then they have inspiration on the back, so they're very pretty, those. And again, I think they will be for an idea for a book instead of me having to scribble it somewhere else. And again, I want to come to that in the next video, is how many notebooks I have, and I know it doesn't work for me. So this particular one is going to have to go there. So here we have colouring stickers, and I actually think I'm going to photocopy these and blow them up so that whoever comes to the group, if they want to start journaling and Bible colouring, then they can use these. I mean, they're not for personal use, they're all free. It's just to give people a bit of an inspiration to use them and to colour with them. So that again is going to be for my my journaling class. And then I bought this because I thought it would be, it says it's $35 value. I wanted to have something that was, these things I've kind of put together myself, but this is kind of like a kit. And I'd never done it before, so I thought, you know, what do people use? So it says 4 sheets of word stickers, 4 sheets of alphabet stickers, 24 tab stickers, 8 colour pencil twists, 1 journaling pen, 1 pouch with adjustable strap, and a ruler page for protector mat with tracing lines. And actually I wanted one of those and I'd forgotten all about them. So on the back, this is what we have. And it was a bit more than I probably would spend normally, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be a really important part of my life, and I don't want to set myself up with making things as I go along, which I normally do. I want to be able to kind of get on with it and kind of do it rather than think about doing it, and rather about creating it. I want to kind of just do it. Just get in there and do it. And so I thought this would kind of really set me on the way. And then with the washi tape and the stickers, other things will, I might think, well, actually, I found that prayer there that I like, so I'm going to draw that. I'm going to write it out myself. And so I can add to it, but this is to get me going. So let's have a bit of a look in here. And you didn't have to buy things like that. I found my other things. I did love this because I haven't got one. So it has 3, actually it's better if I don't do that. You've got 3 different designs across and the ruler, but it is a protector page. Now I'm going to come to that in a second. One is it doesn't go in here, but that's fine. Oops. So in our little box, which I'm going to keep, I think I'm going to keep that plastic because it seems to be a good size. And I might actually put it in water, then it'll bring off that. So I'm going to keep that. I don't know if I want the box or not, but I definitely want the plastic. So, not quite sure if I'll use the pencils, but you should never say never. This just looks like a plain, like a micron pen, and there's a little piece of card there which might come in handy. I do like cards and things. I try to reuse them. So there's the alphabet stickers. Oh, I find it difficult to open things, so they're just ordinary stickies. They look quite nice though. They're kind of a traditional set. And then there's some, I think they may be all different. Oh, let's have a look. Oh dear, I have terrible things opening packets. Oh, hi Suzanne, welcome to Bunny's Designs. Anybody else popping in? Yes, that was yes, that's Suzanne, I will do. I think that might be one of the last ones. Yeah. Oh, they're all different. So they're all different, these, so they're really, really nice. Sorry about I've got a new set of yes, I will do that, Suzanne. So the Thursday there will be a Bible journaling or colouring, but I've really neglected that, and I've been a bit I lost my confidence, and it's taken a while, but I think it's nearly back now. So let's see if these are the same. Unfortunately, my thumbs don't work very well. Oh, so we've got 4 uppercase and lowercase that are different, so that's quite nice. So that again, I wouldn't have. I do have some. I have a lot of rub-ons as well. So my mind was going that somewhere in the caravan there are a lot of things that I can use. And the lurcher has stolen Alfie's spot. And one of the reasons my hands aren't very well, and they probably won't work well for a few days. Now these are little tabs, these. So we've got promise, favourite. The videos will probably be up on my Bible journaling. I think it's called Bunny's Bible Designs. And I have one video up, so there shall be a few more videos, hopefully, because I'm neglecting that. I'm also neglecting Alfie's. Alfie has his own website, his own YouTube channel, and he only has one video, and I don't think he has a subscriber yet. So I found this in the pound shop in Bangor, Northern Ireland, and I thought, yes, looks like Alfie. Until my daughter was talking about buying some clippers, and she said, we have to buy them, and I'm going, and she said, we have to buy them. Oh, so we've got a nice green pouch. In fact, I think Samantha would like that. Whatever is lovely, think about such things. So that goes in there, and I presume the other things go in there as well. And I'm thinking, oh, it's a nice zip. I'm thinking that obviously a couple of washi tapes would go in there. But the idea is that this will, I can't do it because you've got to oh, it's not too bad actually. This will be quite good because you can do that. And any time you can do that, you've got to be happy. So we've got our washi, we've got our stickers, and we've got our lovely little pouch, which I actually quite like that. I also bought these lavender foil because it was purple. Now I wouldn't have chosen purple, and I don't like this. I will be covering this with my designs, and my design is the floral one, but I like the idea of this. Now I took this apart and I was going to do this. I did have a couple of hours, I had an hour, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. And when I took them out, and they had so many. Again, we need to start using these a bit better. There's a ruler, and you're supposed to measure it to find out where you're going to put your stickers. But of course, me being me, I did a little bit. That's my design. That floral one I did when I was 16. I designed it when I was at college quite a few years ago. So what you have to do now, this particular Bible, this one is It's the New International Version, a single column journaling Bible with unlined margins. Because I bought this one from Selby Abbey and I love it. And it's a good idea if you start with the New International Version. It's a lot easier to have everything coherent. So now I actually, I started in here with my design. I made this and I was looking for the other side of it because I kept it. I cut it special and I rounded the edges. And the idea is, I think I've ironed as well. If you, as long as it's not too hot, a travel iron. I've ironed. There's a video with me ironing my Bible pages. But I was testing out all sorts of things on this page. But it's lined. Is this particular one? It has the lines, the dotted lines. So actually, this one needs to be a journal, a study Bible. But one thing I did is, a Tight Yorkshire Lass thought, I'm not going to buy these name tags for the books of the Bible. I'm going to make them. And the reason is, oh, hi King Dawn, welcome to Bunny's Designs. I didn't want them to be permanent. So I managed to get hold of quite a few of these for £1. And I cut them up and I've stuck them in. But I've stuck them in with the and I didn't watch how to do this. I made this up. I've used the actual sticky on here, so it's not too aggressive, and it will come off if I want. The writing is a bit kind of uneven. And I don't know why I went to pink. I've just looked and thought, why did I do that? But maybe I didn't actually have these with me at the time. So I wanted one with wide margins so I can do my designs and I can be creative in this Bible. So this is more for study and this is for creating. So probably you'll see more of this one than you will this one. So I need to cover that because the one that didn't have anything on the front wasn't purple. So this is a beautiful, I can take that off now. Oh, my desk must be dirty. And I love the colour, and of course it actually goes with the mint. So I need to put these into here, so I'll do a video of how I do it, because the way it shows you, they're in the middle of the Bible, and the kind of in the middle, and I don't want them there. I want them to be only just visible, and I want them to be where I want them to be. So I've already recreased it where I want it. And I thought, well, this is boring. There's lots and lots of videos of how to put these in, these placement guides, but they're not where I want to put them. So I thought I would do it my way. So one of the next videos will be me putting my beautiful lilac placement guides. Sorry, I forgot what they're called. Bible tabs. But I will put them where I want them to go. Now, they had gold, they had silver, they had modern designs. I probably will do one of my bunny designs when I start to kind of be a bit more creative, and do my own tabs for when I have my spiritual readings and my inspiration, but I just thought that that would work quite well. So that is my journaling, but the problem I have with it is carrying it. And so I found it's a washing basket, but it's lavender, and it's one of my favourites, and it actually sits in here quite nicely, because I actually dropped this book. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, and I dropped it, and I damaged the corner, so I bought it, because I thought, well, it was a sign from God to buy that one. And actually it sits quite nicely in there, so as long as I have some kind of a hook mechanism so that I can use my little fingers, then that's going to be quite nice. And you'll probably find, I'm going to find that I can get quite a lot of things in here as well, which is also going to be quite nice. So very quickly and lastly, and I almost bought, I took 20 minutes to try and get this one into a Bible case. And they had the most beautiful Bible cases with pockets. They had pink ones, they had purple ones, and they had a lovely one called Grace, which I loved, but it was a tangerine. But I spent almost half an hour trying to get this one. I got it in, because you slide it in the back covers, and it wouldn't zip up. I couldn't get it to zip, and so I thought, I love it, but it would be useless to me because I can't physically do it, because my hands were bad. And then I came home and found that, and I thought, well, actually I like that one better. So sometimes you've got some really nice things at home, you don't have to buy things. I really wouldn't have bought the little green pouch, because we have that little red pouch that we use. If I can find one really quickly. And this will go in here as well, I think. This one is a little bit bigger, but you can get lots more things in it. This is one of those Travelers Refresh, and they have the little aeroplane on here. So there's always things you could use, and this has got a really good zip as well. You don't have to buy something, and as I say, I found this at a charity shop, and I thought that would go over the Bible, but actually I think I like that system. But this is still going to be handy, because sometimes when I'm holding, I drop things. So anything that's kind of got a handle and it isn't too heavy and it has a good quality zip, I'm kind of okay with. So again, you don't want to put things in the way of getting on with being creative and reaching out and doing your Bible study. So that came to this wonderful thing here, and it won't go in my new one, it's too big. Oh, sorry, I just have a bit of a trouble with that. Let me just pop those out, because they will get mixed up. And so this one won't go in here, it's just that little bit too big, but I'm pretty sure it will go in this one. Let's look at the back. So it will go in that one. I wondered if it will go in here. That's my Bible study. Oh, I'm a happy girl. It'll go in there. Quite a happy girl. So this has become my little Bible study bag. So it will go in there. But the other thing I was going to do with this is I was going to cut it down. But I have another one. I have another one of these. It's actually a plastic file folder. Just an ordinary file folder. I do have these lovely little magnets here, which I bought last year. Oh, my hands are just really bad. And the reason my hands are bad, though because we've been away and I've been using my walking stick, and I don't use the walking stick very often. One of the other thing I thought was, this is that little Helix flowchart, which I used for my for creating designs. Again, when I was really poorly and I didn't want to draw, I just made some designs and then I coloured them in, and I made a fake Hobonichi. Well, that will go in here, so you can have shapes if you want them. That can go in there as well. So I think I'm going to have some quite good times with that, and there will be videos of that. And lastly, because it's wonderful, but I don't feel it will go with me everywhere, I was looking for a smaller one, and I did find a thinner one. This is a quilted collection. It's the NIV, and it's strawberry cream. It was the only one they had, actually, and it was £19.99. Now the one I liked, I thought I liked better, was £29.99. But actually I like this one because it's quite nice to hold if you've got poorly hands and you can't grip. But the lovely thing is, it lays flat. So this will go everywhere with me, and I can be inspired and read. I'm not sure if I will draw on here or if I will pencil in a certain word. Haven't quite decided. I'm very funny about drawing on Bibles. This is a over the words. I can't do that, and I know I can't do that, and it doesn't matter how many beautiful pages I see. You probably, and I should never say never, you probably never see me deliberately blank out words that you cannot read. I may try and do a slight tiny pale watercolour wash over, but I don't think in my heart of hearts I can ever completely block out words and scribble over them or paint over them or delete them, because I really don't think I can. I think it's an old woman thing, but just can't. But I did find these little page markers. There's grace, blessed, believe, trust, hope and faith. And again, I really like these, and I thought they were small enough and not to add too much weight. So this will probably go everywhere with me. And so that when I'm at the Abbey and I've got 5 minutes, I can it's just tactile, and it's bendable as well, so it really doesn't hurt your hands. I love that one, but picking that one up, even underneath, the pressure is not nice. So I've got my bookmarks into here, and so this is kind of going to be the reading Bible, the one that I kind of will be reading as Bible study. I have my creative side, where I can kind of really study as well, but be creative. And then I do have another one that I was going to work through, is the woman's Bible journal, and it's slightly different. It's more geared towards women, and when you start to read the Bible in its original form, it's not. I don't find it so. But this other one, this devotional women's Bible, is quite good because it's for a modern woman as well. So it's inspired me to think about the family and the house and the home more than I've ever done before. Yeah, Suzanne says it's respect for for God's word. Yeah, I mean, I've seen these most beautiful pages, but I have a secret weapon, and my secret weapon is not vellum, because I'm a tight Yorkshire lass. My secret weapon is tracing paper, And tracing paper behaves, oh, and I found one the other day, very similar. Tracing paper behaves very, very similar. And I did get all my inspirational books out. I did buy this last year, and again, this is what's inspired me. This is the Woman's Study Bible, and it's inspired me to carry on, if that is the right word. But I thought, and I made the cover from, I found an Irish lace, and it's the anti-macassar. It's a cloth we used to put over the back of chairs, because in years gone by gentlemen used to use Brill cream on their hair, which would ruin the high back chairs and sofas, and I love this, so I folded it and I just very neatly sewed it together at either side. It doesn't work brilliantly because I didn't want to cut it, so I have a bit of a crease here, but it stays on and it works, and I really like it. And again, it's difficult to pick up. So I've got quite a lot of things to keep me kind of in and kind of boost my spiritual journey, because I felt a bit guilty that it hasn't had its kind of big boost, which it should have, if that makes any sense. And again, when you go to Ireland and you are inspired, it's quite nice to kind of, you've got to strike while the iron's hot. So all these things will be appearing in my on my my YouTube channel, Bunny's Bibles Designs, and there's a crossover for all sorts of reasons, because people who are disabled need to colour easily, so there'll be easy watercolouring. Everything will be soft and easy. The only time that I probably get messy is to use tracing paper, or the other paper I use, and I made my Midoris, my fake Hobonichis out of it, is layout paper. And that's very, very thin, but you can use markers on it and you can be very, very strong with it. And tracing paper is good as well. Don't think I want to buy vellum. I'm a bit of a stick in the mud. Cheap tracing paper, and my layout paper is even thinner than tracing paper. Layout paper is as thin as Bible paper, the Bible pages. So again, if you can practice watercolouring and colouring on layout paper, and it was for graphic designers years ago, we'd do thousands of layouts and lay them on top of each other. There is one that's slightly thicker, which is called marker paper, and that one is, you can use markers and they won't bleed through. Now, layout paper markers will go through, but certainly a lot of colours, and I'll use that for my introductory video of actual papers to use in the Bible that will take a lot of batting, and then you can actually put them inside and you're not touching or kind of really destroying a page in the Bible. So that was my I'd like to call it a mini haul, but I don't think in any stretch of the imagination you can call that a mini haul. But that was my my spiritual haul from a beautiful shop in Ireland. That's one of my favourite shops in the world. Thank you for watching.